Hey guys, and welcome to Behind the Mic. I'm your host, Issa Rivera, and today I'll be taking you behind the scenes with none other than Chris Rivers, the son of legendary hip-hop artist Big Pun. This Bronx native followed in his father's footsteps and has released hits such as Heatwave and Worry About Me. He's here in our studio to discuss his music, his fitness, and his participation in the Sprite competition, Thirst of the Borough. But first, let's take a look at his latest video, Ain't Hard to Tell.
The mic is contacted. So what you want from me? Comfort and custody. I'm comfortably becoming the convocate of the company. Luxury, punning me, acknowledge my Rivers mastered ebonics. I paid homage, untussled, hustled, and slave giants. Y'all stay lying.
Now, without further ado, let's go behind the mic with Chris Rivers. Hi, Chris. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
For those who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about your music and what you're currently working on?
My music in itself, it's hard for me to explain it from the inside, looking out. But I always prompt people to go. We got 2 mixtapes on datpiff.com that are free. Lots of tracks on them. They can check it out. And I think people could tell I'm fully passionate with my artistry. And as far as what we got coming out, like I said, we got those 2 tapes there. We got a project on iTunes, and we got a lot of work coming out, a lot of collaborations. And there's no set date for the newest project, but as soon as it's out there, I'm gonna post it up everywhere.
So almost everyone has heard of your father, Big Pun. What was it like to grow up with a celebrity for a dad?
Oh man, it was, I don't have too much recollection. I can't say I do. He passed when I was 6, but for what I do remember, it was a lot of stuff that I perceived as normal, but I guess wasn't. Like for instance, I would be living in hotels a lot because sometimes we'd go with him on tour. While I went with him on tour, we probably missed like 3 or 4 months of school and still got to pass. Like, I guess the teachers were fans too or something, living in the studio and stuff like that.
So it was just normal?
Yeah, it was normal to us, right. Like growing up. But I guess like from looking back, and I experienced more of a life and know how other people grow up as well. I'm sure they didn't also live in studios and like stuff like that. So, I mean, it was cool.
You recently participated in a competition for Sprite, Thirst of the Borough. Can you tell me a little bit about that competition and what it was all about?
Yeah, the Sprite Thirst of the Boroughs. Basically, Sprite was running a campaign, and they wanted to target like more of the urban youth and stuff like that. And so they wanted to incorporate hip hop, obviously. They picked the artist and fashion person from each borough, and I got to represent the Bronx. And it was dope. We did various events. I got to speak to children, teach them how to rap.
You're also a boxer, right? Now, do you do that for fitness, or is that something that you're doing to compete? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Like at first, it was always something I loved as well. When it came to forms of expression, it was that, and not that I'm a violent person. I just, it like hitting the bag and just the artistry of it. It always fascinated me, so I loved it. But the music thing kicked off, and I had to kind of choose. Like music is very demanding, so boxing kind of got put in the back burner. So now I use it more so in the aspect of fitness and just staying sharp, and I have love for it. But that's more of an outlet now, while music is my career.
So I've got to admit, I was kind of stalking your Instagram the other day, and I saw a lot of references to dragons. What's that all about?
People don't really believe in dragons, you know what I'm saying? But when you really think about it, it's a dinosaur with wings, you know what I'm saying? But they represent strength and power, but people just don't tend to believe in the simple things, like their own success, or that you could achieve anything. So I correlated that into my career. So when I say dragons up, I'm talking about my fans, and I'm talking about your dreams, and up represents ascension. So really, it's just believing in what you can do and what you want to do. So it's a very positive movement. You know what I'm saying? If I had more time, I would explain it in deep, elaborate labyrinths of explanations. But yeah, that for the core structure of it, it represents ascension and positivity.
Thanks for being with us on the show. But before you go, let's check out the BShine.com Cypher series. We're here in Space Lab Studios, where Chris Rivers is going to be featured in the latest Cypher series by BShine. Let's check it out. The BShine Cypher series was created by Brian Shiner, the founder of hip-hop website thebshine.com.
With the BShine, I interview a lot of pioneers and early artists from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Featured in the 3rd Cypher series was Chris Rivers, along with Burke the Jerk, Jess James, Problems, and Vaz.
Me personally, I'm perfectly formed verses like surgery. First words murmur right after my birth to murder beats. Currently acquired currency because my verses speak with urgency. Burglary of victims to the 3rd degree occurred to me. That I'm the nicest around. Combine Einstein's mind with a mic in the crown.
During a cypher, each rapper takes turns freestyling over the same beat, each one adding their own lyrical style to the session.
You're D'Artagnan trying to get down with the musketeers. I age like fine wine, cooler than a summer breeze. You age like Munster cheese in 101 degrees. I heard that you can suck the honey from a bumblebee. King of Prussia lover, giving out rubbing tugs for free.
Unlike rap battles, ciphers aren't about competing with or battling other lyricists. They're about putting together different hip-hop styles and creating music at the spur of the moment.
Where hip-hop kind of came from was artists in the neighborhood just rhyming together on the corner in the streets and all. So we're just kind of continuing that legacy with some of the people that were from that era as well.
We ciphered on the same beat, me and a few other fellow MCs, and you know, we had a good time. It was just raps.
I just spit my bars. I had my bars ready. I keep it on. I was told about this about 2 hours before, so I wrote something real quick and memorized it my entire way here.
I had no idea that I was going to rap for sure, but I was hoping to. I was crossing my fingers, and sometimes, you know, you make your own luck. Like, if you prepare and opportunities open up, you just got to be there to seize them, you know?
If you'd like to see the full Cypher series, go to www.thebshine.com. This is Issa for Behind the Mic.
Yo, my heart's incarcerated with bars that I jot on pages. The hardest artist, regardless, my verses are carbon plated. Sinister six spitter, diminish your six figures. Visions, the gift of winners depicted as Chris Rivers.